The government's big announcement this week to fund Year 9 Education for Life camps has been welcomed. Some schools and welfare groups say there's an increasing trend of teenagers dropping out and want more in-school programs to engage students earlier. Cheryl Hall looked at one called Hands-On Learning.
Boys are putting in mountain bike trails. You want to lend them a shovel on this side too, guys? They've built sections at school during last term, and now we're coming out, digging the holes, cutting the posts, and then the boys will install it, make sure it's level and packed in, ready for the mountain bikers to use.
It doesn't look like school, but it's the reason many of these teenagers are still there.
We've got some students in our group that are not that keen on the normal classroom situation, and by having an opportunity to come in and do hands-on work, now that we've got the boys working and they've been achieving in a different way. That's it. Good work, Toby. The boys here, once they've seen their practical skills improve, start to feel better about school.
Norlane High School in Geelong knew it had to do something to stop some of its students dropping out.
I want to do this next year because I just love it.
Instead of sitting in class, you get outdoors and that.
We're doing hands-on stuff instead of sitting down writing on paper and that.
It's the first school in the Geelong region to introduce hands-on learning, a program that targets teenagers who are not doing well at school and are starting to stay away.
Some of the boys were voting with their feet, their attendance was poor, their ability to build relationships, significant relationships with staff, we were disappointed in.
Sweet, that is very good.
We've actually done a survey just at last parent-teacher interviews, and all the parents have requested for the program to be continued next year. So our big thing there is funding, and we're just hoping that we can afford to do it.
That's the problem for Norlane High School and the other 17 schools in Victoria who run the program out of their annual budgets. They have to find the money to employ extra teachers to run a program that caters for a select few.
Yeah, that's fine.
Mornington Secondary College is one school that will struggle to continue to run it next year.
We've had to close the program down in term 1, but we got local support to keep it going on a small scale during this year. But again, we're looking at struggling to keep it going for next year. It is a program that I could easily run full time at the college, which would then enable a greater number of students to be able to be involved in it. But we're only running it at a very small scale because that's all we can afford to do.
Victoria has the second best school retention rates in the country behind the ACT, but the rates vary considerably depending on where you live.
It really comes down to home background, which is often a factor where the parents might have also not enjoyed school, so there's not an environment that's favourable towards education. There's a real trend that we've seen that's happening with kids in Year 9 particularly, and in country areas particularly, where kids are just losing interest in school and not attending.
The state government responded yesterday with an announcement of $28 million over 4 years to help schools run programs like this.
Certainly these schools will be able to access hands-on learning or a whole range of other programs that are specifically designed to really assist kids who've got challenging things in their lives and who need extra support.
Norlane High School and the others struggling to fund their programs believe it's well worth it.
I personally believe, after working in excess of 30 years with the students, that it's much better to put in $1 of prevention than to spend $10 trying to cure the problem later on. And if we get students motivated and interested, then they're going to find their talents and they will move forward, as our kids have this year.